Remote and distributed sound similar. Both win. We are not sitting in the same office, but in practice, they are completely different worlds. Remote is work from home. Distributed is work across borders, time zones, and cultures. And if you confuse the two, things fall apart very quickly. So the first difference is the clock. With teams in the United States, Europe, and Asia, there's literally no time of day that works for everyone. So you have to make your overlap time count. Use it for decisions and high bandwidth topics. Push everything else into async tools. Email, trackers, chat, whatever works for you. And always keep a paper trail with clear owners and due dates. Time zones will also give you opportunities. You can build 24/7 coverage without night shifts, or you can shorten feedback loops, implement during your day, validate overnight, repeat. Once I had a West Coast customers and development team in Siberia, which were 15 hours apart. We carved out a short slot early Seattle morning, and with strong effort coordination, this daily slot was enough to keep delivery on track. Information flow. When you're distributed, you cannot just walk over and ask. This means you need to design your communication flows on purpose. Who is the message for? What is in it? Which way does it go? What does good enough look like? Do we have a feedback loop? And who owns it? And where do we keep it so everyone can find it? This might sound heavy, but believe me, once you're running like 10 teams across 4 locations, it will start to make sense. And here's the kicker. Scaling should always begin with communication design, just as development starts with the system design. If you open a new site halfway across the world and hoping for the best, this rarely works. And then there's culture. We all speak English, but we don't all work the same way. So, in broad strokes, Asia, hierarchy conscious. North America, entrepreneurial and positive. Then Eastern Europe, blunt and hypercritical, just to avoid failure. And Latin America, it's all about attachments and relationships. These are generalizations, of course, but they illustrate the gap. The only thing that works, at least for me, is strong local representation. Each site should feel like a team, not two lone engineers on Zoom. Every location is a respected local lead who unites people and voices their concerns at the project level. Example? An Eastern European engineer says, "This solution is bullshit, it will never scale." What he means is, watch the edge cases. What the American customer hears is, shut the project down. Or maybe an Asian client who sees himself as your superior, not a partner. And from their point of view, it's natural. And if you want to succeed, you have to respect that context. So, distributed doesn't equal remote. If you want distributed teams to work, respect the time zones, design your information flows, treat scaling as a communication task, and account for culture with strong local leads. And guys, none of this is about adding heavy process. It's about reducing uncertainty so a distributed team still can feel and ship like a team. Where are you on this spectrum? Remote, distributed, or somewhere in between? And what's the hardest challenge with distributed that you've faced? This was Human Powered Engineering. Let's build something real together. See you later.